2011, baby. Oof, what a time to be alive and experience the abundance of great movies being released, some of which will go on to span adored multi-million-dollar sequels, while others are writers cry for help as their crack addiction is clearly bleeding into their scripts, making for some of the most hated films to this day.
How is this slack? I'm having a contraction. Oh!
And between these two extremes lies a third group of movies. A group of movies that never quite blew up on one side of the fence, but instead exist almost like an anomaly, a one and done that people occasionally refer back to like, oh my god, dude, those movies, they were so good.
I'm surprised we didn't get any more of those, you know?
Yes, dude, what?
Dude, like Real Steel? Oh my god. Rango?
Yes,
Rango?
Oh my
Rango?
God.
Rango?
Real Steel?
Rango?
Can you imagine if those got more? I mean, I got a couple. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Okay, that's too long. The Apes movie, released 10 years after the last one, gives fans expecting anything resembling the Tim Burton film a heavy blow to the gut. Which means no fart gas time travel shenanigans, no Mark Wahlberg
Doritos,
and no apes romancing on screen. Yeah. Hell, that fetish has evolved past television. Instead, director Rupert Wyatt aimed to take the series in a different direction, the stars of the franchise being refocused back onto the apes. The lead for this film, undoubtedly the single greatest ape put to screen. My worshipped CEO, legendary Lord King. Fuck out of here, Kong. Mighty Joe Young, curious bitch. I'm sorry, that was aggressive. Do they even count? Whatever, fuck this creepy ass monkey. LordCesar, dripping with so much presence in this franchise, in large part due to performance capture actor Andy Serkis, managing to completely embody his performance as a gentle, intelligent pacifist, to then transition into a formidable revolutionary leader. The movie opens with a group of apes relentlessly being chased in the woods, resulting in them being captured and later sent to a facility to be poked, prodded, and experimented on, resulting in one, named Bright Eyes, possessing intellect far beyond what should be possible from a simple monkey. If Tim Burton's film was a very on-the-nose allegory for racism and slavery, then this film is very much a beat you with a stick allegory for animal cruelty and experimentation. If you wasn't on Team PETA before, you will be after this movie. Fuck the humans, return to monkey. Fast forward, Harry, unironically a scientist in this film, is the lead for these experimentation projects, which we learn to find out is tailored for the treatment of Alzheimer's. And with Bright Eyes being the first successful drug test gone well, Harry's jumping for joy. He's skipping rocks, humming tunes to get these drugs on the market for the public. What a smart guy, you know, because I know, like, if I made like 1 in 50 shots, for example, that would prove that I'm more than ready to go pro. Hell, I'm being drafted right now. Unfortunately, fortunately for Harry, his planned pitch to the board doesn't come to fruition because Bright Eyes, through tomfoolery, manages to escape her cage and starts running rampant throughout the facility, instilling fear into all these anti-PETA pussies. When Bright Eyes crashes into the board meeting, unfortunately, the guards are forced to gun her down in order to control the situation. We later find out that the reason Bright Eyes had lost control in the first place was because she was acting on maternal instincts to protect her newborn baby, LordCesar, from them damn dirty humans. Team fucking monkey. A baby that for some reason none of the scientists knew she had. Was the monkey cam off? Did no one test for this before they started pumping her with drugs? I'd like to think, based on this information, they don't. That they just find any ape behind the back of a Chick-fil-A and say, hey, this is good enough. Yeah, pump her up, pump her up. In any case, Harry finds out, and in order to prevent LordCesar from being put down like his poor mother, he hides him away at his place and raises him in secret. Turns out, the crack that they injected Bright Eyes with transferred over to Caesar, which causes him to develop faster than any human child. Look at my mans. They got him wearing Levi's, goddammit. And also that tower game that they had Caesar doing in this film, he completed it in 15 moves. Perfect record. Like I alluded to earlier, this movie is very much the journey of LordCesar coming into his own as an ape. Man ape. And if you watch my last video, you would know that Harry is not the best role model when it comes to manhood. Brain damage, Harry walks into the room at that exact moment, heartbroken as well. He runs to his dad to tell him that MJ is a hoe. Unfortunately, Harry's dad in this film also suffers from a bit of tomfoolery and mistakenly gets into a bad situation with insert very angry neighbor. Shout out to the casting team that chose this guy. One look at his face and immediately you're like,
yeah, I'm not gonna like this guy.
LordCesar, seeing the pressing situation at hand, springs to help Palpatine by biting the finger off his aggressor. And as expected, these anti-PETA supporters don't advocate for my mans, instead choosing to throw him in the pen with the Dark Wizard. And sadly for LordCesar, his treatment at this facility won't be any kind of fun. How nice. It's grade school all over again. Now, before I go over the back-to-back best parts of this film, there are two other plot points that you need to know for the next couple movies. One, Koba. If you've seen anything about this movie, then it'll probably be the many TikTok edits on this beast of a man. Ape Man. Another monkey chosen by Harry to be experimented on with the crack drug. Harry's short-term goal being to gain support to free Caesar by proving that the drug works and can be used to treat certain brain diseases, including his father's. Second, whilst they was giving Koba the treatment, James Corden here gets whacked in the face, causing his mask to fly off and inhale the crack fumes. He doesn't get treated, of course, because why would he? These guys don't test for shit, which resulted in him going around spreading the virus to the public. Now, for the main event, LordCesar. Back in lockup, we get to see that Caesar's first couple of days in prison doesn't go so well. He gets bullied out of his Nikes, hit with water blasts, served slop, and trank darted. Needless to say, something has to change. Surrounded by monkeys, Caesar realizes that unlike what Harry told him earlier in the film, he is very much a pet, treated as a second-class creature despite how smart he is. A lot of these conclusions communicated in the film non-verbally, going back to Andy Serkis and the motion capture team behind the animation of the apes. Based on what I saw online, a major focus was given to the eyes and really grasping the emotion behind it. After all, the eyes are the window to the soul. Caesar's plan at the facility could be divided into three parts. One, to run his get-backs, aka establish himself as the apex amongst these monkeys. He can't rip off his Nikes and get away with it. Starting by making the original top dog, the ape that messed him up in the first place, submit to him in front of the other apes, hiring Harambe to be the enforcer as they go through negotiations. Plan 2, to make the apes smarter. I know, saying that out loud, that sounds very like bare bones, but that's the plan, you know, because they're not all there mentally, you know. So through elaborate 007 shenanigans, Caesar manages to free himself and breaks into Harry's home, steals some crack fumes and gives it to the other apes. Now both smarter and united, Caesar moves on to step 3, freedom. Not before finishing his get-backs, this time with the Dark Wizard that used water-based magic on him earlier. The following scene more than likely being the first thing people think about when it comes to this series. The moment Caesar... Just play the clip.
Take your stinking paw off me, you damn dirty ape!
A moment I happen to catch in theaters, and for as long as I live, will never forget. There's so much to this moment that makes it great and stick as a classic in the franchise. The tense music followed by the ape noises acting as the sound riser, to then be cut off just before Caesar has to speak again. The audience's anticipation for someone to punch Draco in the face, the camera panning upward as Caesar rises above, and lastly, the most obvious being that this is the first time an ape has spoken. More than halfway through the film is when that payoff is given and reminds the audience, oh shit, that's right, he hasn't spoken. It's the same reason that Miles becoming Spider-Man was so moving as it came at the climax of the movie. And from here on, the movie has done all it's needed in terms of setup. The only thing left is freedom. And action. A bunch of action. Just 30 minutes of eye enjoyment with the apes making their way to the woods. LordCesar completely in commander mode, leading the charge and making several smart maneuvers in order to avoid a squad wipe. If there was a criticism to be given to the scene, I think it would be that despite the numerous guns the cops and military possess, very rarely does any of them hit their fucking shots. Bro, hit a shot. Please, for the love of God, hit a shot. Definitely not the worst I've seen in a movie, but, you know, it's worth noting. Also, there's a great attention to character detail in this scene, with Caesar avoiding to kill any humans if possible. Shown several times to stop other apes in their tracks, only permitting blatant murder when Harambe is unfortunately killed in duty, leading to the dickhead Black Boss. Sorry, that sounds so wrong. That sounds whoa. Being finished off by Koba. Deserved. Team Monkey. The final moment I'd like to mention would be that before Caesar returns to the forest, there's a brief scene between him and Harry. Again, the camera detail here with Caesar being shown at the same eye level as Harry could be interpreted multiple different ways. My take would be that this moment is indicative of Caesar's growth, that he has grown maybe beyond Harry, but more importantly, beyond himself. What he was before can't be satisfied to settle in the lifestyle that Harry envisions, suffocating for an ape while never being viewed as human. But Caesar now has his dream in front of him, one he has been looking out of since the start of the movie, a place he can venture as far as he wants, climb as high as he chooses, not a cage that someone enforces rules on, but a place surrounded by family that can understand what he is. Caesar is home. If you guys enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, all that. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Free. That's it. thanks, you know, and then I get more. I also recommend movies. I like movies. I like talking about movies. Recommend more movies. We talking. Bada bing, bada boom. We out.